February 28th, gonna go for a walk again today. I had a pretty good walk on Sunday, found 5 or 6 sheds, I think. This farm, there's been a lot of shed bucks on camera, and not too many still packing, so there are still few around. But it rained yesterday, kind of overcast, sunny, partly sunny, and I'm gonna put on smiles. There's 3 or 4 deer I'm really hoping to find the sheds off of. I don't even know if they're still around or they ended up on the neighbors, or even if they made it through season. I know a couple of them did, but let's get our stuff on and get going. Well, half mile in, first one of the day, and I literally stepped on it / over it. Got a bunch of pictures of this little buck. It's like a 2-year-old. The other side's a 4-point side, I believe. But added to the pile as number 1 for the day. I am at 2.3 miles, and I was just talking to myself, getting discouraged. I hadn't found anything after finding one right away. That I average, it's about 2 to 3 miles per shed when you get into this time of year. Finally found another one. It's small, but it counts. Got a bunch of pictures of this buck. His neat frame. It might be interesting to see what he grows into in a couple, 2-3 years. Let's keep after it. So I'm just kind of grid searching. Oh, this thicker part of the timber, it's a really good bedding area. I have a feeder and stuff in here, and I think this is one of the reasons supplemental feeding after the season is so important. I found that one small shed about 40 yards away on one side. I just found another antler right here. It's actually, I think, an old one. Yeah. Really old one. I don't know how I missed it in the past, but these things happen all the time. But number 3 on the day, we're at a little over 2.5 miles. So hopefully it starts picking up. We're getting into some good stuff where I've had a lot of bucks on camera, and then recently a lot of shed bucks. So we will see. Well, apparently I didn't walk this spot good enough last year. I'm just doing my grid searching. I just found that other one less than 50 yards away, and I'm on my back pass, and I look over and I catch a tie, and I'm like, oh, nice. Well, it's a set, and from the looks of it, it's last year's set, right by a tree. Let's grab them. Yep, that's a big chunk taken out of there, but probably sitting there all year. Probably just last year's sheds. No chews, no nothing, but that makes 5 on the day. So hopefully we keep going like this and we can really stack up some numbers. I'm still waiting for some of my hit list bucks. I know a couple of them I've shed. That's really what I'm in here for. So we'll see. That's what I want to find. I don't mind finding these old ones or the small ones. I'll pick them all up, but man, I really would like to find some of my hit list deer. So let's keep walking. I think I just found a freaking giant shed. Don't know what it is, but it looks huge. It's half of the bedroom buck. Oh my God, been after this deer for 2 years, and this shed's a lot bigger than I thought. Holy cow. Check this thing out. Let's go grab this thing. Look at that. This thing is a giant. This deer's like 6.5 or 7 years old. Had pictures of him the last 2 years. And you can tell it's him by this G4 that goes, it makes like a 90-degree angle. What a giant. I didn't know if I was gonna find his shed or not because he wasn't very consistent, but I had pictures of him the evening, like of the last day of muzzleloader, so I knew he didn't get shot. Now, can we find the other side? At mile marker 3.75. About 20 minutes ago, I found this big one off of the bedroom buck. And I'm walking across this pond dam in the middle of the timber, and I look down here and I see something white. Throw up the binos, it looks like a shed. It looks like it could be an old shed, but it definitely looks like a shed. Like 95% a shed. So we'll see. Broken shed. Look at that. I don't know what deer this is, but that's a broken beam to say the least. It takes a big old buck to break that thing. That's thick. So it counts. Number 7 for the day. Gonna just keep on grid searching. The sun finally went away and it's super overcast, and these antlers are sticking out like a sore thumb now. So as long as I can see them, I should be able to find them. So just gonna keep on going. Well, I got done grid searching a big section. Ended up coming out of a lot of sheds. It was a good spot. And I'm kind of walking a piece out, looking for one specific deer. And I'm gonna kind of hit this once or twice, then jump to the other side of the ravine. But I found an old one in a pretty cool spot on this creek crossing, right in the middle of the trail. But I don't know if it's been sitting there for a couple years or coyote drug it or what, but I'll take it. I'll add it to the pile. So got maybe a couple hours left, and then I'll see if I'm gonna keep going or if I'm gonna head home and call it a day. Just hit the 7.25 mile, 7.5 mile. Walking the super thick stuff. I was here maybe 3 weeks ago. Look over on the trail and just found a shed. Looks like a pretty good framed one. I don't know if it's old or not. It looks like it might be buried. No, it's fresh, I think. No, it's old. It's a good solid deer. I'm sure I have pictures of him from last year, but I can't place him right off the top of my head. But another good antler. Gonna keep walking this finger out and see if we can't find some more. Well, I'm calling it for the day. I ended up with 10 sheds. This one being the biggest. I don't know, it's probably mid-70s. Really good buck. He's been on the hit list the last 2 years. So he's gonna be on there again this fall, probably the number 1. There's a couple other pretty nice deer, but as of right now, he's my main focus for 2023. So it's a good day.
I'm out here walking another property I just got permission on. Just found my first fresh shed of the day. Nice little 3-point side right next to this giant rub. You got that tore or up. There we go. I just got done picking up a shed right there beside that tree. Rode like 15 feet. Got a shed surprise. It looks like it's pretty nice. Yeah, there we go. I'll take that. Last year's. That's a great view. Let's go take a look. Just walked up on my third shed of the day. It's a dandy. Nice little 5-point side there. Great deer. I was just headed to cross the creek right here on this big main trail there. Happened to look over. I found this baby giant. Look at this. That thing is gonna be a tank. Holy moly. Finally, after like 2 miles of finding nothing, found this old one. Last year's side. Out here in this evergreen patch. So we'll keep looking. Just found number 6 of the day. Old one. Nice little guy. Alright guys, it's like a shed hunter's dream. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all within 20 yards. So here's the first one. Old one, little one, but we'll take it. Here's the next one. Another old one, decent brow, chewed up. And this one. Would have been a great horn if he wasn't all chewed up. All last year's. There's this one. This thing is going to be a tank. But he was a tank this year. And we got this fresh one. It doesn't get much better than that right there. It's a great southern Iowa buck. Alright guys, me and Brett ended up with 12. He ended up matching up the other side to the big one I found. That's a solid deer, probably mid 150s. Be a great one next year. Brett also found this set laying side by side on the drainage ditches in between all the evergreens. And then he found this one. So that's a great young deer there. Be another good one next year for him.
Oh my. Check this out. Oh, and it looks fairly fresh. Oh my. I might have a shed off this deer from last year. This thing's huge. Not the one I'm in here after, but I won't say no. Not too bad. Well, just got out here. Hadn't been out here 25 minutes. And my first horn of the day. Oh, it's gonna be a good buck. Well, I just got to my first shed, and hopefully it's in the first video, but right next to it, that's crazy. It's pretty dark out, but that's freaking awesome. I'm pumped.